Hello, my loves. You may have noticed that I kind of disappeared from the face of reselling lately, and that's because I've been doing a lot of traveling. I'm actually on a trip right now as I am recording this. Even though I've been traveling, I have been making sales on eBay, Mercari, and mostly on Poshmark. I've been making those sales with basically zero effort. Like, I do nothing when I'm on a trip in terms of Poshmark, and I'm still making sales, and even eBay as well. I think this is mostly due because I'm using this automation system called PrimeLister, and in PrimeLister there's like two different sections. One is cross listing, and I typically set up mine where I list on eBay first because it requires the most information, and then I cross post to Mercari and Poshmark, and everything is kind of laid out. It's pretty simple. It takes like less than a minute to cross list different things. So that's stuff that I do like when I'm on good breaks from school, because I am in education. So every time we have a break, I spend some time on reselling. Do it sometimes on weekends, but again, I've been doing a lot of traveling, so I haven't had a lot of time to do that. Well, the other side of PrimeLister is automation, specifically Poshmark automations. And that's something that I have just set up on my phone. I set it up once. I go back to it every once in a while, like if I want to run a sale on Poshmark, because you can't really run sales, but my version of sale is just like up the offers. So every once in a while, I'll go back into PrimeLister and change things around. But for the most part, everything is just automatically set. I honestly forget that it even is there. Like sometimes I go in and I'm like, wow, my closet's been shared that many times, or I've relisted that many items, and I don't know, I completely forget about it. I do want to take this opportunity to show you what that looks like, because people have asked me. I did create a video like, I don't know, a little bit more than a year ago, and people have asked me like, hey, do you still use that program? Absolutely. I don't think I will ever go away from it, because it pretty much runs my entire business at this point. So I'm going to show you what the actual app portion looks like. So I first want to show you what automations I even have. So I'm opening up this PrimeLister app. Opening up, if you don't have it yet, obviously you would have to download it first, but because I use it, I already have it downloaded. So instead of creating an account right now, I'm just going to sign in. If you were to create the account, you would just use the referral code, so then you can get obviously the discount on it. You can also try out the 14-day trial if you're not quite sure about it, and then you can use the referral code later to get your discount. But here we are. That is my professional email up there. Loading. The first page that pops up shows you everything that took place in automation of the day. So if you see, I shared 4,551 items in my own closet so far today. And it's all just personally set up. You can see all the different things, can track all the automation, so it's not just arbitrary, like, yes, well, yeah, it's shared, but you really don't know. Like sometimes within the actual platform it says like, oh, things are promoted, but you're not really sure what's promoted. Here you can see the exact automations that were taken. You see my different time frames. I have it pretty much shared every hour. I have roughly 500 pieces shared every hour. You can change it around if you only want 200 shared, depending on your closet size and how much you want to drive your audience crazy. If you constantly reshare things, to me, it's all about making the sales. I don't think people pay much attention to like social aspect of it, but you can auto share other people's closets. I had it set to share 1,500 other people's items. The max was 1,900, so that's what I just switched it to. You can relist different items, and it's automatic, and make sure that it relists things have been sitting for a while. I have it set to anything that's older than 7 days. You can set it for a number of likes. Like, to me, if something has 20 likes and no buyers, that means that there's something going on with it. Maybe you just need to relist, and maybe you need to change the price. Maybe you need to put an offer. This probably has made the most sales, changing up the offers. Like I said before, if I want to do a sale, I just change around with the offers. So I had it auto set to 10, but now I just switched it to 20. It was set to 1 minute. Now I just switched it to 3 minutes because I've noticed a lot of people have been making bundles. So I want to give them the opportunity to make that bundle before they automatically get a discount sent to them. So you can play around with so many different things. You can party share. So you know how sometimes they have like, I don't know, Lululemon parties. So it automatically pulls out everything that's Lululemon in my closet and shares it to the party. You don't have to do the thinking work for you. It literally does everything in the background. So if it's like a women's party, it'll automatically pull everything that is women's and share it over whatever number that you send to it. It also returns follows to people because some people do pay attention to the social aspects and they want you to follow back. I will tell you, I have tried different automation services, but they didn't work out. And here are some things that set PrimeLister specifically apart that really hold true to my heart. The first one is there is no ban risk whatsoever. I know a lot of people are afraid because bots aren't allowed and all that, but this service really replicates human behavior. So sometimes on some of the other ones, there are different speeds in which it shares your closet, and sometimes if you get super fast, you get like locked out of your account. I forget what it's called, but you're in like, I don't know, sharing jail, essentially. Like you can't share for a certain amount of time. I have had that problem with other services that I've used, but with this services, it really just replicates how quickly a human would actually share a closet. I will say there is no financial risk with this specific service. There is a 14-day trial. Almost every single person I talked to had tried the 14-day trial and they jumped straight in anyways. It really is only $20 a month if you choose the annual option and $25 a month if you choose the monthly option. Now, if you're not so incredibly sure about, yes, maybe the $25 monthly option is a go for, but if you are wanting to turn your reselling into a full business, I recommend just jumping in at the $20 mark. You save money and you don't have to think about it. Like, it's annual, it's just all at one time, you're good to go. But you do have that option. Of course, you also get the 30% discount. But again, if you're not sure, you do have the 14-day trial. That trial is not something that just automatically updates. You know, sometimes you do a trial and then they hope that you forget about the trial and it just automatically charges your account. With this 14-day trial, you don't even have to put your credit card information in. So it really is risk-free. I will say also another benefit is it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So that is that the Poshmark automation, you have the same thing set for every day unless you change it. But it's not like only on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and not on a holiday. Like I tried an actual person that I gave my password to, probably a bad idea, and they only worked a certain amount of time, which I'm sure they use some kind of automation anyways, and it wasn't 24 hours a day. So both the automation and customer service works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you have any problems, if you're not sure how to connect your closet, which they have a lot of tutorials. So if you're not sure how to set something up, I promise you there is someone, another video, another guide, you will get help. They are not a company that's just gonna run and hide and want your money. They actually want to help your business. I have had this program for well over a year now, and I want to take this time to answer some of the questions that I've had along the way. Question number one, is this available for US and Canadian closets? And the answer is yes. I personally obviously have not tried out the Canadian side, but I hear that it's pretty similar. Like it works for both closets. There's nothing really that's too different, which I know that is a downfall for some other companies because we have all the stuff for US and then in Canada, it's just not available. So it is available. It is on iOS for Apple, and then it is Android as well. So both of those bases are covered, which I know with other programs it might not be for both. Another question I have got is, can you have multiple closets attached to it? I know some people have a primary, like a luxury account, and then they have more of like a everyday fast moving account there where they have like everyday mall brands. So you can attach multiple closets to your automation as well. It's not just the one. One of the main questions I got is, does the app have to be open as you're using it? And the answer is no. Everything runs completely cloud-based, meaning it's completely in the background. You literally set it up just like I did with the example, and then you forget about it. And your company runs, your business runs, and you do no work. Like, it's that easy. It really, really is that easy. It is not too good to be true. Everything runs in the background and you do nothing. Like, talk about passive income. This is it. The final thing I want to discuss is, I know a lot of people see different companies reaching out as sponsorship, and a question I've got actually quite a bit was my most asked question is, do you actually use this program or are you just advertising it because it's sponsored? No, I actually use it, and I have used it for the past year, and they had nothing to do with it, and I was happy to answer these questions. It's just something that I really and really truly would not run my business without it. It's all I do. People don't see me on my phone going through different offers, sharing different things like I used to do. I really do basically nothing, and my company runs on its own. I make sales, I ship, and that's pretty much it. It is that easy. So if you are ready to jump in, I do have the link in my description that pulls up that 30% discount right away. If you click on that, it'll take you through the steps of logging in, and then of course you can change the different automations like I showed in the middle portion of the video. If you've made it this far in the video, my guess is that you are ready to get your passive income. You've been spending too much time on reselling and you really want to take it back, but you still want to make the money. This is how.